Greetings, salutations, happy tidings this Friday, December 12th, 2025. We are now 13 days away from Christmas Day and rapidly approaching the end of the year, which is still hard to believe. I still feel like it's just not over. There's a lot more to do, but looking at the calendar, it is undeniable that we're staring down the barrel of 2026, which is pretty amazing. 9 days left until the official start of winter here in this hemisphere. And so, here we are. It's another cold, here I am banging on the desk here, another cold day. Here we're below freezing at the moment, and it's going to get to 37 degrees Fahrenheit as a high. So, it's 0 degrees Celsius. So it's pretty cold. It's going to get to 3 degrees Celsius as a high for those not using Fahrenheit. So you can see it's cold. The wool socks are getting a workout already. Definitely feels earlier than before the last couple of years. And I don't know if that portends a longer and more severe winter or not, but I just have this feeling. It reminds me of when I came out here 4 years ago to scout for a place to live when we were moving, and it was like negative 12 or even colder than that, and I was staying in like Wall Street area, and it was a dead of winter, but it was also right after COVID was ending, right as COVID was ending. So those two factors made it was sort of a ghost town. I mean, it looked like a movie set from some dystopian movie where all the buildings were there or whatever, but nobody was there, I remember looking at my hotel room. That was a whole other experience. The hotel itself was just the strangest place. It was this weird office building that they had converted into a hotel sort of, but it was more of a long-term stay kind of hotel. And it was sketch. There's just no way around it. I mean, it had little kitchenettes and things, and it all looked okay. But what I realized is that it was mostly used by people coming in from Connecticut and Jersey and other, upstate New York, or maybe even outer boroughs of New York City that wanted to come hang out with their friends and smoke pot and party, which was just a lovely thing to have happening all around you at night. So, yeah, I'll never forget it. But the weather was just insanely cold, and I thought, my God, what have I done? Tokyo is sunny. It's cold, but Tokyo winters are amazing. I mean, the sky is blue. It's hard to describe. It's glorious. Two places where the sky is just the best in the winter to me are like Colorado and Tokyo. That's my two favorites so far. I'm sure there's others. I haven't been everywhere, but those two are the two I've seen that just blow your mind. So on this day in 1890, golf was played for the first time in the United States at Franklin Park in Boston. So golf, Boston, 1890. And boy, has it taken off since then. Yes. And in 1960 on this day, there were 20.4 inches of snow covering Newark, New Jersey. Interesting. So, thank goodness that's not what we got right now. But who knows? Who knows? We'll have to see. Oh, man, what a week. It's just been so full, and I'm feeling routinely exhausted, but in a different way than the other type of exhaustion. I'm feeling just like I'm running all out all day, and then I crash and then get up and start again. And that's a good feeling. And it's nice to see things, building. One of the things I've been reflecting on, because standing up this business, I sent out an email to a group of people last night telling them essentially what I'm doing, announcing the new venture. And it's interesting because I haven't posted it officially on LinkedIn, which is my most active social media thing. And I've been holding it up, really thinking about what I wanted to say. what I wanted to communicate. I could easily have spent a whole lot of copy talking about the difficulty of the prior business and the government, the impact of this quote unquote administration that's, on the business and many other businesses. I didn't do that. I mean, I think some people don't. But what I focused on was my awakening and realizing my kind of mental journey of realizing that I would be in alignment with myself and with the market doing media services. And that was a cool angle. It isn't the entire story, but it's an important story within the story. And I chose to share that, and I'm really glad that I did, and announce it. And now that I've sent this out to 90-something people, I've gotten some incredible replies already, by text, by email, by call. It's interesting. I suppose I knew that might happen, but it's been cool. But that was an important step. And, I was thinking I was not putting certain social media posts out because I hadn't done that step. And while no one's sitting around clamoring, waiting for Matt Stone to make the next announcement on his business or whatever, for me, it was important, the timing, but the order of whom I tell this to. And I knew I needed to really make a story and share it with the right people. And then I would be able to be fully out there talking about this venture and talking about what I'm offering and who I'm looking to meet and becoming more valuable to those people. So my learning here is it's important to tell the right story to the right people. And when I say story, I mean based in truth. So not making it up, but there are a million different ways to tell a story. I mean, any given event, you could tell the story of one person who was involved with that event. You could tell the story of how you felt during the event. You could try and tell all the stories. That's sometimes not very effective. But as you know, if you go to a party and you're at a party for 3 hours with 100 people, how many stories could you feasibly tell if you were actually active in the party? Probably quite a few. And so I am revisiting the power of the story. And a friend of mine, Samir, is doing some incredible story work now, helping people craft their story and craft stories that inspire, ignite curiosity, but also cement, parts of your legacy in a way that it's helpful. In business, the story, our origin story, how we came into this work, any number of different aspects of these stories. It's important to get that story right, because if the tape is feeding something negative back to me, it's going to hinder me. So, for example, if you say, I failed at this and I failed at that, and so this was the only thing left. Like, let's just say that. Let's say your narrative is, well, I tried that and it didn't work, and I guess, so I just ended up doing this. And that may not even be true. If you really look at it, you say, well, yeah, that didn't work. I learned from it. I used that knowledge to do this next thing. When that finished and I realized that wasn't it, but I learned some more stuff from that, then I moved on to this third thing. And I chose to do that because X, Y, and Z. And that might actually be the truth. And yet there's some narrative that's like drawing you back into sort of the self-defeating thing. And I think, I'm not above doing that either. And I thought, wow, there's so many reasons to intentionally and carefully and skillfully, and sometimes with the help of someone else, craft a story around something that will be useful, that will attract others and yourself to something greater that brings people together, that family stories that help the family heal, that help the family move together. Storytelling is becoming a richer and more important part of my life, and I'm having more appreciation for its power and tangible benefits in business and in life. And so it's one of the many reasons why I'm so excited to be moving full throttle into the world of storytelling and being a partner in storytelling. So really exciting times, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes from here. But work on those stories and don't rely on AI too much when you're doing it. That's the other little piece. I'm going to end now because I've gone on too long. But one thing I did when I wrote out the story was I didn't touch AI. And I felt already the pull to go, let me just speak this into AI and see what it comes up with. No. And the end product was so much better, and it is internalized within me because it is of me. It is truly from me. That's really important. So what's the story that you need to start working on? And how is it going to help you and the people that you care about? All right, I'm going to leave it with that. That's a long one for this Friday, but I hope it's helpful to you. Don't always have a real good insight every day, but every day we show up and see if there is one. And the exploration is the point, I suppose. Hope that's helpful. Give us a good like on Apple. Most of all, just be good to yourself and others, and we'll check back with you on Monday. Bye-bye for now. Thanks for listening.